right, everyone, welcome back. We found the answers.
Yeah, we discussed it in depth. We totally didn't just look up anything on Google.
No.
No.
Oh hell no.
Ah, hell no.
There was no way I was letting him get away with that from me after all this. Quickly followed him out of the room, spotting him turn the corner to go downstairs into the lobby. Followed quietly, unsure of where he was going, but determined to follow him to his destination. But he couldn't know I was doing this because he can't read minds or anything.
Oh no. I'm gonna surprise him. Oh wait.
If you're going to give someone a character trait like that, just have it be a thing, as opposed to, forgetting about it every time it's like 5 seconds.
I mean, he hasn't really done anything with it
No.
for the entire thing.
No.
Yeah.
I followed quietly, unsure of where he was going, but determined to follow him to his destination. To my surprise, he turned a corner, pushed open a wall, sliding into it and closing it behind him. I followed and repeated the action. Apparently, there's a magic door.
Apparently, he knows about the secret entrances.
I earned entry. How did Damien know of this place? Well, that is a question.
Is it the sex dungeon?
I walked down a small flight of stairs, continued through the dark, secret hallway, unsure of what to see at the end. What was my grandfather hiding in here? Whips.
Sex dungeon.
Was it a magic room? Whips. Was it a secret study? Whips. I don't know. I felt steam gently brush against my skin, making me shiver slightly. A boiler room? That's not the sort of thing you generally hide behind a closed door.
Behind a hidden door in a wall. Yeah, that's a bit wrong.
I was wrong.
Wrong. Oh, it is a sex dungeon.
I was led to a door that opened to the outside. From the direction I was going and how far I went, I was a little past the backyard. When I opened the door, a sight made me gasp. Is he naked, do you think? Or is he demon?
Bottom. Demon bottom.
I was greeted by a hot spring, private and... Oh, that's what made you gasp. And isolated from the world. Was it magic? Was it just placed conveniently here? I was unsure. Was it built into the fucking house?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming magic pocket dimension, or it's hidden in the garden with wizards.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what the fuck?
However, my eyes travelled to a Damien. To a Damien. Not my Damien, just a Damien. Who was staring at me, unsurprised that I had followed.
Your grandfather told me of this place.
Because psychic. When?
When he thought about it. When we first came here, before we had dinner, remember?
Did you fuck my granddad? That is the question that springs to my mind.
Yeah. I mean, he did basically summon a hold of incubi to him.
Yeah.
So.
My mind went back to the day we met. Remember when Damien was looking on at an empty space and speaking to it? I knew there was something going on, but I didn't know what. You were talking to my...
He died, yeah, but his spirit remains, because, you've met it. Remained here.
Oh, we didn't meet it in this direction, in this dimension.
Right. Oh, she doesn't get magic powers because he came to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem like the good ending.
No.
Ooh. Malix, ghost.
Sorry.
I could not believe what I was... Oh, sorry, that's you.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Had he been watching over me? My granddad, I'm assuming.
He didn't want you to be alone when you moved in, so you went, woo! When we were attacked, he guided us to the house. We didn't know it was to protect you until after you went to bed that night. After we groped you. But,
didn't want you to be alone when you moved in? I know what I'll do. I'll get my granddaughter a horde of incubi. I can't just hire personal help.
Nah.
Fucking hell. There was so much information, I felt nauseous.
That wasn't that much information, to be honest.
Felt myself falling back before Damien rushed over and held me close.
Wow, careful.
I gripped onto Damien, feeling his warmth surround me. Everything was happening so fast. Didn't know how to contain it all. Yet, for some reason, I felt safe and secure in Damien's embrace. Was I crazy? Probably. Oh, probably at this rate. Oh, she answered her own question. But I didn't care to think about it. My mind went... and grazed gum a piece in his arms. He wasn't using his incubus powers on me, though. I'm just a hormonal teenager. I looked at Damien, seeing at last a deep love in his eyes. What? Fuck off. He cared for me and wanted to protect me beyond anything else in the world. He would have left long ago if that wasn't the case.
He's only been here a week.
Apparently love is not the growth and shared experience that we all thought it was. Hearing my thoughts, Damien smiled at me and nodded, affirming them. I felt my heart flutter a bit, making me forget what chaos I went through. You really love me?
Yes, I do love you. More than anything.
Damien gently caressed my cheek, leaning his forehead against my... That's the only way I can do this. Just, it's now a list. Leaning his forehead against mine.
I wanted to tell you everything sooner, but I couldn't find the words. Now everything's come at you at once, and I really something.
I brought up a hand, silencing Damien again. I understand. Just tell me things earlier next time. Damien let out a small laugh and nodded. I knew he'd make it up to me one day, but one question festered in my mind. Obviously, Damien was curious too.
Do you love me?
I stared, unsure of how to answer. He could read minds, yes, but I was sure he couldn't read the conflicting feelings of my heart. I felt a storm raging in my chest, trying to dig up the answer. With my mind still frazzled, I let my heart guide my answer. I mean...
I love you,
I love him.
I love you.
I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted.
Zip.
I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his cheek. Finally! You snogged all over this fucking house. Damien let out almost a surprised gasp against my lips before wrapping both of his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heated height. That's an awkward sentence.
Yeah.
My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. That's not how that works. If you're seeing fireworks in your head, you're possibly about to pass out.
Again.
Fucking hell. Damien was everything I desired for some reason. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. It was all so supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly.
Yes, it was supernatural.
Sorry. Maybe it was the sense magic I was thrown...
Yeah, I don't understand that sentence either.
Maybe it was the sense magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me because I am too semi-solid.
Also, in a really hot area, so you know.
Makes sense. I found myself combing my fingers through Damien's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, and asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. Ooh, they're going for a snog. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him.
And letting out a massive burp. Right in his face. Burping into his mouth.
His tongue gently danced with mine. And we did the tango. As one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kiss rose higher and higher. Gently, though, Damien slowed the kiss down and pulled away, staring down at me. His eyes burnt for me, wanting me to melt and buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already.
Oh, yeah.
Getting hot. Damien opened his mouth to speak, but a very small blush ran along his cheeks. He was used to shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. What? That is a bullshit sentence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. Doesn't make sense. Unless she's got a mini teleprompter in there. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy though, right?
No, not need. It's a
thing. Are you...
It's a sex thing. Yeah. No, just, zip.
I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. Didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. He wanted me. Can we having the sexing now, please? I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? Damien gently nuzzled my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak. If you don't want to... Oh, sorry.
If you don't want to, we don't have to, I'll understand.
You wouldn't, though. Could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock, and I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Did I want to give that innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then what I wanted and how to say it without breaking the moment.
Burp! Oh, God.
I can't remember.
They said the thing in the game.
They said it in... Be right back.
Well,
And...
save it first, though. In case
yeah.
he suddenly goes, nope, and just vanishes.
Yep, save it.
It's just such nope. My planet
Right.
needs me.
We've saved it. Okay. Right, so we're going to go with Seduce Me.
Do the sex thing.
Couldn't believe the two words that came out of my mouth. It made the most sense to tell him yes. I needed him. No, it's not a need. I wanted him. That's more accurate. Those two words must have made me something in him finally break.
His fly.
Goes paff. Okay, Damien, not Demon, gently wrapped his arms around me and went back to kissing passionately. Damien ran his fingers down his jacket and shirt, releasing the buttons and revealing his bare chest to me.
It says simply ran his fingers down his jacket and shirt, releasing his buttons. That is not simple. Buttons are an arse to take off. It's seductively.
Fucking hate buttons.
It's gonna be fucking little fucking thing. If I didn't want to wear this shirt again, I'll just rip the fucking things off. You know?
You know me, I don't like buttons, so no. I genuinely have like a mild phobia of buttons. None of my clothes have buttons.
Trousers fall down a lot when you get cold. No buttons. Taking them all off.
Yes. Oh yeah, naking, sexing. I couldn't help but move one of my hands down to his chest, running my fingers over the crevices of his muscles. He has not got any muscles.
The crevices of his muscles as well.
The fact that
that makes it sound really deep.
He's a craggy man.
Gap in between each muscle is about 3 inches, just straight down.
A pleasured purr escaped his throat, making
he does look like a cat, so you know.
Does, making me shiver slightly. Damon let his both. What?
I think someone was getting a bit excited when they were doing the proofreading.
They may have been. Let his both his shirt and jacket slide down his arms to the ground before cradling my head in his hands and kissing me deeply. I felt heat rise in my body.
Again.
How many times can heat rise?
Well, at some point she's going to start glowing.
That'd be cool. Making me undo the tie underneath my collar and release the buttons on my own shirt. Quickly.
Wow, that sounded really sexy.
Yeah. Quickly, I removed my shirt and vest.
And because she's wearing a
she's
woolen
wearing
vest
a thing over the top. But I just get the, the undershirt kind of vest. That is the least sexy of me.
It's this tatty string vest.
Yeah, it's got holes in it. Making Damien stop kissing me and stare in slightly surprised.
Boobies.
Boobies. The magical, mystical power of boobies. I was simply in a bra, but I could feel a blush invade my cheeks. My shy side began to fester in my mind. Did I really want this to undress before a demon? Well, you've already done it, so fuck it.
Yeah.
No, this was the man I loved, yet I felt my innocence drape over me in almost shame. Damien smiled and lifted my face to kiss me again. He knew I was nervous and wanted to draw my attention away from it. Before I knew it, he and I were both stripped of clothing, surrounded by a cloud of steam. The heat between our bodies simply added to the warmth. Oh, fuck. Damien started to guide me, though, into the hot water of the spring. I looked to him with a slightly confused expression. What did you think you were doing at standing up for your first time?
Well, why are we going to the water in the bath when we're in the hot springs with the bath? Why would we do this? You're not very bright, are you?
Here?
Why not? You weirdo.
It's kind of the sexy thing to do. My mind instantly agreed. Why not? Because I have no personality of my own. I
You sure
followed...
he just does mind reading and doesn't just force his thoughts into other people's heads?
I don't
But no
know.
one's noticed. They just think that he's really agreeable.
I followed Damien and cuddled close as we both stood in the water. Didn't take long for us to get back into the mood we were in, intensified by the heat of the spring.
Have a warm bottom.
Damien pulled me close, knowing I was still shy, and began to kiss my lips over and over.
Just kind of like one of those dipping bird things.
Yeah, that's the image I got as well. Each kiss was his promise to keep me safe, keep me comfortable, and love me.
And put Willie in the foo-foo.
Yes. I kept my arms wrapped around Damien, taking each kiss he gave and giving him my own kisses in return. This does not sound in the least bit sexy. It's like, mwah, mwah, mwah. I didn't know if it was the fact we were both naked, or maybe I just craved his touch, but I didn't want to let him go. Also, incubus.
Okay.
Why are they elves?
Yeah.
And she isn't proportioned. He's not proportioned. They're not proportioned correctly.
It's
just
they
bad.
did the heads and then just did the bodies go now.
Nobody's looking at the bodies for the sex scene.
Nope.
Steam ran over our bodies, cleansing our skins as we held on to each other like it was the end of the world, because it's about to be. The fragrance of the spring engraved itself into my memory as I let him touch me and hold me to him. He was gentle and sweet, making sure to be attentive to every part. Bottom!
Bottom! Bum crack.
I'm going to have to blot that out.
Bottom!
Bottom! However, as he held me, I could slightly feel the shiver of his hands. Was he nervous? Was I his first... If that is going to be the case, I'm going to be very disappointed in my incubusing.
It's kind of, why aren't you dead?
Yeah. He wasn't going to show it. He wanted me to enjoy this moment, but he was afraid of screwing up. His shivering hands showed me his emotions perfectly. Pleasure between us would be heavenly, and we go through it together.
What, because you both feel awkward?
Yeah.
That's
no offence, but two people losing their virginity together, generally considered to be, not that great for a first time, as a rule. I closed my eyes and gave myself to Damien as a present. My body, my mind, my soul.
Sorry, I closed my eyes and opened my legs.
It all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul. It all belonged to me as I gave in to his embrace. His kisses and fingers over my skin would forever engrave themselves into my memory as our passion rose through incredible heights.
Really? He doesn't sound like it.
No. Our breaths and moans to each other equally sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we never wished to end. We kept moving, loving, feeling every inch of our bodies until we had had enough. It needs a comma. And I was enveloped in his embrace.
The thing is, when they say every inch, I know it's not meant to be literal, but that does technically mean that they were playing with each other's bumholes constantly. I mean, it is a thing, but
yeah. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, we held each other in the glow of the aftermath. Couldn't stay in the spring forever, though. Eventually, Damien
wrinkly like a prune.
Damien managed to bring us back to my room, laying us both in my bed to relax. With his magic, we were dried off before we hit the sheets. How has he got magic? That was a power. I have mind reading, and also I'm a towel.
I can summon towels that just dry you.
Towely. Just really high towel. For those of you who've never watched South Park, I'm sorry. I nuzzled my head under Damien's chin as he held me close.
Love you.
Love you too. Just to hear those words come from Damien's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into a peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I'd had in days. Again, comma.
Had.
And I was happy. Had is really awkward. So if you're ever going to write no. Had, comma, had is better, but still not great writing. I had my love and I had my happiness. My life was simply perfect, despite the fact that I know that there's a succubus coming around to kidnap my boyfriend's brothers.
Yes.
When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into Damien's bare chest. I blushed, but I looked up to see Damien still sleeping. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, because I have a weird reflex. But the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. Couldn't believe it. I was laying next to a man I had grown to love with all my heart. I get it. You love him.
Yeah.
Warm embrace made me feel safe as our tender moment replayed in my head. Couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest further. Unconsciously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. Didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. She's naked. I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing gold eyes stare upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me. Before you get all huffy, didn't come here to take your precious man away. By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers after all. I glared. What do you want, Diana? Well, I wanted to extend a deal to you. I promise you'll like it. Don't want any deals with you. Not even to make Damien human? Not really. Why would you need him human?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make any difference.
I'm not giving you the boys. I'm not asking for the boys this time. Ugh! I stared dumbfounded as I looked to Diana. She rubbed her temple, clearly annoyed. This whole trip has been a waste of my time and energy. All I want to do is go back home and take over my kingdom. Then why don't you? Because I need more energy if I want to even try and defend my home from that maniac demon lord. I may be brilliant, but I'm not exactly fortified to fight him. Pressed my lips together in a flat line, not sure what Diana was wanting.
Kiss me.
Then I'm listening. I'm willing to turn Damien human if you're willing to give me your energy and his. Wait,
Well,
what?
we'd have to have his consent for that, so...
Simple, really. Give me the magic you're holstering in your body and let me take Damien's and I'll be on my way and you'll get a human boyfriend, a boring, plain human boyfriend. Couldn't believe my ears. Was Diana really offering this deal to me? How would you take this energy? From you, a simple kiss will do. From him, that's a different story. What do you mean? I have to sleep with him. I almost lunged at her. She must have been joking. Her sleep with him? No way in hell. Diana held her hands up in defence. What you humans don't understand is how we demons work. A touch is a mere sip of energy, while sex is pure energy transferal. Perfect for humans. A really passionate lovemaking session would drain any demon of their energy. But yes, he's your man, but I need the energy and you want him to get his wish. We both win. Get it? I'll even throw in a memory spell. He won't even... Ooh!
Because so far no one's talked about, him volunteering either.
No.
So...
I grew enraged. How was she okay with this? How does she expect me to be okay with this? Because that's the important thing, how you feel about it. But what if he doesn't want it? I'm not going to let you... Well, she's not going to let him rape her. If Damien doesn't want it, silly girl, do you not understand what he's willing to do for his humanity? I froze and Diana smirked. He's willing to have sex with me. He just won't say yes in front of you because he doesn't want to hurt you. It's rather pathetic. Couldn't believe my ears. Was this the truth? No way, it couldn't be. Yet at the same time, this made sense. Why was Damien so silent with me the first time she asked him? Was it truly because he didn't want to hurt me, or was he actually not willing? Diana's voice broke my thoughts. By the way, I'm not a total bitch, if that's what you're thinking. I'll ask him first before doing anything. What? She was going to ask him why? Okay. What if he actually doesn't want sex with you for his humanity? If he says no, I'll just toss him back here and not change him. I'm not willing to do it with someone who'll say no to me. The way she talked about this deal annoyed me to no end. This was definitely a business deal, but this deal tore at my chest. Let him sleep with her and he'll become human. Don't and he'll remain a demon.
Which apparently has no downsides. Well, we did look up about what the thing to say is.
And I don't remember what it was.
We can go and check if you want,
yeah.
But I think, yeah.
All right, looked it up. It's let her. Because, granted, it's not her choice anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of Shit, it won't be a group decision, really. Well, the taking energy in general is,
Hmm.
but the thing with Damien is Damien's decision because, consent and all that.
Yeah. Damien's face popped back into my memory, reminding of his desperate wish to become human. I was able to grant it to him right here. Diana was a cruel woman. Not really. I mean, for a succubus, she's not really into raping people, which is,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
succubi are meant to be more about tempting anyway.
Fine. Fine? Meaning you'll agree to my terms? I agree to your terms. Beautiful. Now, Diana slid down from the railing and walked to me, gently running a finger up my neck to under my chin. Your energy first. Closed my eyes, not wanting to look at her as she kissed me. Kiss wasn't unpleasant by any means. In fact, I felt myself melting into the kiss more so than I wanted. Every single nerve in my body tingled as energy spiraled up my entire being and into Diana's kiss. Soon I felt a little weaker and a little more vulnerable than I was before. Diana pulled away and smiled down at me. Such an interesting human girl. Really? Sad to see you give up your power so easily. It's for Damien. Right, now, speaking of the bastard son...
Don't say anything was the thing we have to do, apparently.
Oh, I'm glad you were paying attention.
Yeah. I don't understand this game's logic.
No. Diana walked into the bedroom and towards Damien, looking down at his sleeping figure. Oh, such a sweet thing. How are you going to... I'll enthrall him, take his energy, cleanse his body, make him... Oh.
Um, yeah, the whole enthrall thing, that's not consensual. Um,
Then cast the human spell when he goes back to sleep. Simple, really. That's it? That's it. I'll make sure there's no trace of me when I'm done. Just do it before I change my mind. As you wish. I'm not okay with this.
ah,
Diana chuckled before snapping her fingers, making Damien vanish from my bed. I instinctively panicked but caught hold of myself, remembering what was going on. Remember to bring him back. I will. A demon never goes back on their word.
yeah, they never back on their word, not the intent, of course.
And with that, Diana vanished. I felt my stomach churn in disgusting patterns at the thought of Diana with Damien. However, before I could even flex a muscle, Diana reappeared, adjusting her hair back to normal. Wait, what? What? Oh. Diana uttered a small laugh as I raised an eyebrow. I brought him to an isolated tear between our walls. There, time moves much faster than reality, so I was able to take what I need and be done. Diana snapped her fingers, making Damien reappear in my bed as if he never left.
Ugh.
And there he is, clean and human. I ran quickly to Damien's side, not sure what else to say. Diana sighed and popped a hip while crossing her arms at me. Pity, Damien had so much potential, even for a bastard son. Can you, fuck off? Before I could speak more, Diana vanished into the air, leaving me alone with Damien. Looked around, a little paranoid should she be hiding, but as I clarified to myself she was gone, I looked at Damien and brushed a strand of hair from his face. Human. Something about this was bittersweet. He got what he wanted, but he had to sleep with Diana to get it. Slipped back under the covers and into Damien's arms, feeling unconsciously hold me close to him, cuddled close, letting sleep take over my mind. This is going to go badly, isn't it?
Yeah.
As it should. It's not
Yes.
okay.
If this is the good ending, then Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell. Morning had come and I was well awake before Damien. He was still in my arms, sleeping peacefully as if nothing had happened. One thing was for certain, though, he was human. He was no longer a demon. He was human, as he wanted. I waited for Damien to wake, waited him to realise that he no longer had magic. Didn't have to wait long.
So basically one of his senses has stopped working without...
To be fair, it is the sense where you read everyone's mind.
Yeah, but imagine that, I don't know, suddenly your ability to just hear people in general, like you went deaf suddenly overnight or something. Even if you're in an area where people are annoying, it's still going to freak you out.
Yeah, Damien slowly opened his eyes, stretching and rousing. I held my breath, waiting for him to make the realisation. He wouldn't be able to read my mind. He wouldn't be able to use his magic.
But I need a towel.
Damien's eyes landed on me and his face grew a happy smile.
Yeah, Mon.
His voice instantly grew silent as he stared at me, his smile suddenly fading into a look of shock. His mouth opened, but his eyes showed his speechless surprise.
What did you do?
Damien couldn't read my thoughts. Damien slowly sat up, keeping his eyes on me as if he was trying to figure out if he was in a dream. I gave a little smile to him. It was almost too cute to see him like this. No. Damien brought a hand to my face and ran it over my cheek. I closed my eyes, feeling its warmth.
Oh, I can't read your mind. I don't have magic anymore.
I opened my eyes, smiling at Damien's surprised expression now. In exchange for my magic and energy, Diana gave you your humanity. You fucking liar. I'm sorry. Not okay.
No. Extremely not okay.
I stared, going almost frightful as Damien's eyes began to water. His hand on my cheek lightly began to tremble. I don't know if he was angry or happy, so I prepared for the former. I was expecting him to grab me and hug me tight enough to press the air out of me. I gasped as I felt Damien hold me close and tightly. He was trembling, which only increased my fear. What melted my heart was the sound of Damien weeping into my shoulder.
I'm human. You made me human.
I wrapped my arms around Damien, burying my face in his shoulder and nodding. Yep, you're human now, Damien.
Thank you.
Yep, I only had to get you horrifically raped for it.
Yep.
Not okay. Damien pulled away slightly and pulled me into a kiss, one that was passionate and full of love. I imagine it to be one of the greatest kisses of all mankind, for Damien's love filled every part of my body. I was happy for once. Okay, and then... Yep.
And then nothing interesting.
Damien loved me and I loved him just as much. Okay, we promised our lives to each other and nothing was going to take that away, not even time itself. Love was so powerful, it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close every morning. What was even better was that Damien was truly happy. He was human as he always wanted and showed me his gratitude every day. Fucking hell. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need Damien by my side, so they decided to start their own lives in the human world. Damien understood, wishing his brothers the best. Besides, Damien was human now, and he found someone to care for. His brothers didn't need to worry about him now, he was caring for me. I felt bad as well for being closer to Damien than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay and they would remain nearby should I ever need them, and I was happy for that. They made me promise, however, I would love Damien for as long as we lived, and that promise was instantly given. Until the sequel! But what of my future? Well, it's kind of made for with... Oh, yeah, we don't care about you being CEO.
Yeah, we don't really care about other people, because...
No.
Meh.
CEO... What does she do? I have no idea. They did something. One morning, a good couple of years after the boys I had met, I had a moment to myself. I'm assuming I'm reading this bit because the thing came back. So I sat in my room and took in all that had happened as if it was a dream. Demons, devils, magic, surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think it could have all been a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real. I smiled as held my hands to my chest, relishing the feelings dancing within my soul.
You okay?
God, do you think in the last few years you could have at least changed your jumper? I looked up.
I thought humans only had one set of clothes.
Looked up to see Damien by the doorway. I smiling at me, and I smiled back. I was just thinking.
What about?
Oh, the fact that I had to get you raped to become human. I remember how we met and such.
Really? Now?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Wow.
I smiled in assurance at my own words. Everything I went through, everything I did for Damien, I'd do it again and 10 times over. Damien walked over and sat beside me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders.
You wouldn't change anything?
Nope.
Not even the bit where you had me raped?
Damien looked at me with an almost knowing smile. He knew something, I just didn't know what.
I know about the real deal that made me human.
I instantly felt myself go pale. He knew? How? Diana put a spell on his memories to make him forget. What do you mean? Damien stood up and walked to my window, staring out at it. My humanity... Oh, sorry, that's you.
My humanity exchanged for your energy, and mine.
I quickly stood up. Damien,
Oh, now do you agree to let Diana take my energy if she agreed to remove my memories and make me human?
Damien, I walked over and tried to reach out to him. I felt myself stop before even touching. The choice was coming back to haunt me. I felt hopeless and powerless. I didn't know what to do. My heart was ripping itself in two. However, Damien looked to me with a smile.
Well, Diana didn't make me have sex with her.
What? I looked at Hang on. She decided not to, and you're telling her this now.
Years later. Well, and also you've never brought up the decision your girlfriend made.
I looked at Damien, raising an eyebrow as he wrapped an arm around my waist and pulled me to his body.
She took me energy, yes. Through a ritual. Demons don't completely lose their energy through sex. So she decided I was not worth the lay and simply put me through a draining ritual, used only for demons who are going to be executed.
But she made No! No! She made a deal.
She didn't have to remove memories if she didn't have sex with me. She still kept to her word. That's the thing you're grabbing at? Oh, okay.
Okay. She was completely dumbfounded. I was played. I was completely and utterly played. That bitch. Damien laughed at the obvious anger on my face, pulling me close and leaning his forehead on mine.
Still, to think you'd make me sleep with her just to get my humanity.
You wanted to be human and there was no other way I could think of. Damien kissed my forehead.
No, there wasn't any other way.
I'm sorry? Damien lifted my chin, making me look up at him. I felt completely guilty. Good! I let him be taken over by Diana, and he could have slept with her for his humanity.
Don't be sorry. You wanted to be happy. If anything, you sacrificed a lot more than I could have. How about no?
Pressed my lips together, not wanting to feel more guilt. I knew that he was trying to make me feel better, but I felt utterly gross for letting that choice happen. That's correct! Damien laughed before he kissed my cheek, making my guilt slightly shudder.
I understand why, okay? Please don't beat yourself up over this, even though you really should.
Felt tears run down my cheeks. I didn't deserve to be held by him. Correct. Felt sick to my stomach at myself. I tried to pull away, but Damien held me tighter, not letting me get away. No, let go.
Hey, calm down.
Damien pulled me closer, pulled my head to his chest and trying to soothe my crying. I gripped onto him, conflicted at myself, wanted to get away from him, but I needed to hold him.
Dan, I thought you were very brave to make that decision. Wow. She respected you for making that kind of sacrifice. Oh, God. It's not easy to give up the one you love away just like that for their happiness.
Damien lifted my head once again, a world of love in his eyes.
I love you so much. I don't deserve your love at all. You gave me everything. You made me human. For that, I'll never repay you. Apart from the fact you basically sold me.
Damien? Before I could finish, Damien pulled me into a kiss. It reminded me of all the love we shared and all the love we would share together. I gripped onto his shoulders as he held me close. Pulled away from the kiss slowly, looking up at him, slightly pained in guilt. You forgive me? Damien smiled and lifted me up, wrapping his arms around my waist and looking up at me with the happiest and most loving smile on his face.
A lifetime with the woman I love is well worth forgiving you.
Felt a large smile grow on my face, happy tears now painting over my cheeks. I love you, Damien, I guess.
I love you too.
I didn't want to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, never wanting to let go of this man in my life. There were no words that could describe the emotions that are going on within me. Guilt. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic, high all at once. Here I was with the man who would be with forever, holding me like I was his greatest treasure. Past was behind us, we had a future to meet, and that was my happily ever after. End Damien's humanity. S. I don't know what that means.
Shitty.
New password unlocked. Demon War! Don't know what that means either. So. Thoughts?
Yeah, that was the good ending, apparently. Not the manipulative, horrible ending. Yeah. as opposed to the other one where everyone just went, "Oh, this is nice," and then stayed together.
Can I also point out that was the order ending?
Uh,
Huh. This is free.
What on earth is the chaos ending like then?
No, we're not doing that. Nope. Nope. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody.
And let us never speak of this again.
We will do, though, probably at length.
Yeah, probably constantly, but you know, it's.
Bye-bye.
Bye.